turn my tongue, I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone, either zoned out of zone. And we could get it poppin', pick the topic if you want. And skip and shine and skip the hoppin'. Took these sports and made them pop it. All right, undisputed.
Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Do what you did the last 3 weeks. I need that same energy that you had the last 3 weeks. Look into the camera. You can go right there.
Wait a second.
What you do?
Wait a second. Who picked my Cowboys to beat the Giants? I think Shannon Sharp, the Hall of Famer, did. He was wrong again.
No, Skip.
Wrong again.
I told you. I said, Skip. They winning these games is going to make it hurt even more. It's going to make it hurt even more.
Well, if I had a coach, it wouldn't hurt so much.
Don't do that. No, I want you to do the energy, Skip. I need you to do it one time for me. Look to the camera and do what you normally do.
Let's start the topic, and I'm going to show you energy you've never seen on the show in the history of this show.
All right. I am ready for it. I may be acting as a part-time therapist today, but we will start with Skip's Cowboys, whose chances of winning the NFC East slipped right through their fingers. Dallas never led, but they had an opportunity late to take the lead when Andy Dalton threw a pick with under a minute and a half left. 2 plays later, the Giants fumbled the ball, and after some initial confusion over who recovered, officials conferred and determined that it was New York ball, allowing them to run the clock out and end the Cowboys' season. Shannon, it's officially over. What is the biggest reason the Cowboys lost?
The biggest reason they lost, they're a bad football team. They are a really bad football team. They beat no teams of their 6 wins. None of those teams that they beat made the playoffs. So that's what happens. They're a bad football team. We got to stop this. Skip has perpetuated this, Jerry Jones. But you know what? Let me tell you why they lost. People, let me tell you why they lost. They were holding back because their defense has been suspect all year, so the offense started holding back, so they wanted to make sure their defense was fresh for the offseason. You see how ridiculous that sounds, Skip? Look, Andy Dalton was terrible. We're going to talk about this a little later. This football team was terrible. All of the people that they were counting on to make plays game in and game out, week in and week out, did not show up on a consistent basis. None of them did. Andy Dalton, I got the best backup. That was the best money. That was the best money Derek could have spent. Ooh, Dak. I don't know if we're going to pay Dak. Now look at Andy Dalton. Look, first of all, the game should have never even been this close. Andy Dalton was awful yesterday. If the Giants could catch, this game would have been over in the first half. I got a few clips. I want to pull a few clips, Skip, because I don't really like to pull clips, but I want to show just how putrid Andy Dalton was.
You better get it all out of the way because I'm about to unleash on everything you just said.
You can unleash all you want.
Never been more.
You're home. You're going home. You can unleash because the last 3 weeks I didn't have your attention. You're out of the playoffs now. I have your undivided attention. Roll the tape, Jim. You're going home. Look at this. This should have been a pick six. To the house, that should have win. Yes or no? Thank you. I take that as a yes. Oh, look, what is that? Trying to force feed Gallup. Should have been another one. Bradford hard side. What is this? Pick. But he played great. You're going home. You know what? I don't even want to talk. Just the mere fact that you're so upset, like the rest of the Cowboy fans, it does me good. Talk all you want. You can take the rest of the segment. The Cowboys are going home, America, and we love it.
You done?
I'm done.
You didn't. I'm actually shocked by how little you had to say.
I ain't got that.
Because America, I got to get a new TV because I saw a whole different game, especially in the second half, than the Hall of Famers saw.
Second half.
I don't know. I got a black and white TV with little rabbit ears on it. I don't know. That's all I can afford. I live way down in the flats. Shannon Sharp lives way up in the palatial estate of Bel Air.
Looking down at that sorry team of yours.
By the way, my team won more games out of division than any other team in the division, but who knew?
That's a terrible division.
Okay. Here we go. Here's what I saw yesterday. I'm going to give you, my team stunk up the first half. I don't know why. Once again, another big game, late season game. My team did not show up in the first half. I saw 2 personal foul penalties where I said, what was that about? Is that how you show emotion and you show energy in the first half? And I saw my running back right on schedule quit on my team once again, but I'm going to save that until later because Zeke flat out quit on my team at a crucial turning point in the first half that could have swung the game in my favor. But I'll get to that in just a moment because to my team's credit, It regrouped at halftime, and it came out and flat out dominated the Giants throughout the second half. I don't know what you were watching. You were probably gloating and dancing.
I was gloating.
You're probably out in your backyard doing backflips. I don't know what you were doing.
I was working on my speech.
Here's what happened in the second half. My team won the second half 10-3, and obviously I'm about to get to this point. It should have been 10-0. But my team in the second half ran 46 plays to the Giants' 23 plays.
Yep.
My quarterback, Andy Dalton, regrouped, gathered himself, got his hand stepped on early in the third quarter by Leonard Williams, who weighs about 320 pounds, and stepped right on his left hand with cleats on because it was wet and soggy out there, and cut his hand badly, probably broke a finger, I'm going to guess, because that's...
Oh, his right hand?
No, his left hand.
Oh, is he
doesn't
left-handed?
matter, okay.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter, right? And my quarterback showed guts and hearts you will rarely see in a football game in the second half as he threw for 144 yards. But the Hall of Famer across from me says he was pathetic.
He was.
And I saw a guy who converted 6 out of 11 third and fourth downs. Is that good? I'd say that was sensational. I saw a team win the second half 10-3 by dominating the yards 194-97. And here's what I saw. I saw a turning point play with 8 minutes and 18 seconds left on a pass to Dante Pettis over the middle on 3rd and long. If we could see this play, please. And that's probably the best pass he threw in the whole second half. And Pettis catches it, and clearly I only needed one look to know that he stuck the nose in the turf to catch the football. You know it, and I know it. It was clearly not a catch. My coach could have just looked up at the monitor in the stadium, which he seemed to be doing, and take one look and realize it's not a catch. Would you agree it's not a catch?
I would have challenged it.
Oh, it's not a catch, because our man Mike Pereira said, I have no doubt that it would have been overruled if it had been challenged.
You challenge it just cause.
So what have I had a problem with all year long? I've sat over here and said this 100 times through the season. I keep asking, what does Mike McCarthy do on the sideline? Because he doesn't call plays. He doesn't overrule or rule on special teams risk that they take. So he just sort of stands over there with his hands in his pocket, blinking and looking around like, am I the head coach? I'm not sure. Mike McCarthy is Mike McSleepy. He has challenged 2 plays the whole year. And I'm saying, who is he and what is he doing over there? It's like, you know what a pond looks like with a bullfrog on a lily pad?
I do.
He's like a big old bullfrog over there just on a lily pad, just sunning himself on Sunday afternoon. I don't know what he's doing.
So that's why they lost the game?
Yeah, absolutely, because all of a sudden they line up. He even had time because they took their time to get the field goal team on and to get Graham Cano set, and they didn't go on a quick snap. They just went ahead and kicked a 50-yard field goal that won the game with 8:18 to go. Yeah. So what would have happened if you challenge and it's clearly overturned, which it would have been in a snap? What would have happened? A 60-yard field goal. Do you think they would have tried a 60-yarder? I do not think so. A one-point game, 20-19, they'd say, I don't know. That's like the edge of Graham Gano's range. We can't risk that. We'll give the Dallas too great a field position.
How about this? How about with 8:18 to go, you score a touchdown? Would you have won the game? Okay,
the point is that they shouldn't have had their field goal. The point is they would have punted to us, and we were dominating them. We were moving the ball like crazy. What happened on the final drive? Look at these conversions. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 1, 4th and 2, 3rd and 1. And they get it all the way to 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. And guess what would have happened?
Go ahead.
If Mike McCarthy would have challenged, what would have happened? We would have just bled the clock out and kicked our go-home field goal, and we would have gone home to play Tom Brady next Saturday night in a playoff game. That's all it required. It clearly was on the head of the head coach. And you know what his quotes were? I didn't see enough to challenge. You didn't see enough? What are you talking about?
Can I ask you a question, Skip? What about the other games that they lost? Was all those because they didn't challenge?
Well, I don't care about that. I care about yesterday because that's to get in the playoffs.
Skip, you're a bad football team in a bad division. Why all of a sudden did you think all of a sudden miraculously you're going to be the Packers? You're going to be the Chiefs or something? You are bad. You've been bad the whole year. I don't care about that. I care about yesterday. You lost.
They were a 2-point favorite, and my coach blew it again. And I don't know. Maybe Jerry Jones hired him because he's even more of a puppet than Jason Garrett.
No.
Even more.
Oh, no.
And my team came back together.